And as of October 19th, I'm proud to report that there were 15 administrative arrests conducted by HSI special agents.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, you're welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because I share any information that has to do with international students here in the United States of America. Unfortunately, guys, today we are going to be talking about, how 15 international students were arrested for committing OPT fraud and how 700 students got their work permit revoked. So guys, this is not like the usual video where I am all, this is a bad news. And it's very sensitive, and I, want to urge you to watch the video to the very end, because I'm going to be giving you a background as to how this happened, how it started, and why we got, to this very point. Okay. So guys, there are two types of fraud that happened here. So the first type of fraud that happened is the OPT fraud, where 15 international students were arrested. And the second type of fraud is the fraud where people are actually claiming to be or working in a different field that wasn't actually what they majored in when they were in college. Okay, so that is where 700 students got their work permit revoked. So those are the two kinds of fraud that played out in this scenario. So I'm going to explain what OPT means in case there's anybody watching now that doesn't really know what OPT means to an international student. So if you are an international student or you are an aspiring international student, this is for you. An OPT basically means an optional practical training that allows, it's a work program that allows international students here in the United States of America to gain real world experience after they graduate.
And so it's intended to be vocation-like. It's an opportunity to get experience in the subject these people have studied.
So it's expected that once you graduate, you're given 12 months, which is 1 year, to find a job in your field and then learn or practice whatever it is that you have been taught in school, and gain more experience. That way you become better. Not only are you adding to the community, you are also gaining knowledge as an individual. Okay, so now, but if you are also someone who took like a STEM related course, then that OPT will be extended after your first year. So you get additional 24 months, making it a total of 36 months or 3 years for your optional practical training. The problem with this OPT is that you have 90 days after graduation to actually find a job placement. So if you don't find a job placement within that duration, you will be sent back to your home country because you have no business remaining in the United States of America. So that is the law. So most times international students are like worried, how do I find a job? What can I do? How can I maintain my status here in the United States? So in my opinion, I think what played out in the first scenario, that's the first fraudulent act by these international students, is the fact that they actually made up a company, like they made up a fictitious company that wasn't in existence, or they just registered one for themselves just to maintain their status in the United States and keep remaining here, okay, because they don't want to go back home. So what they did is, when they got that offer letter from that fictitious company, they took it to their uni or college, and then it was updated on the system and they continued working. All right, so that is OPT. But what happened is, this year in January, to be specific, the Department of Homeland Security, they kind of initiated this program which they are calling optional optical illusion operation.
This operation began back in January of 2020, and the focus was on OPT employers that were engaging allegedly in fraud.
So now this illusion operation by the Department of Homeland Security actually targets international students, actually they target not just international students, they're actually targeting OPT employers in the United States of America to identify those that are actually following the law and those that are not following the law. Now, when they started that program, currently it is ongoing. This operation is ongoing. So this is just the first phase, the result from the first phase. So they actually started the investigation process, and from their investigation, they just found this one company, and this one company now led them. It was suspicious. The activities going there, the students working there, claiming to work there, it was just suspicious. So they sent out that company to other field agents who also started investigating, and they got like leads from that company alone, like about 168 leads. And from that lead, they started investigating, interviewing the students who claimed to be working for or in this company. And that was how they now, discovered that there is a lot of fraud going on here, which led to 15 students being arrested, international students, guys, being arrested for committing OPT fraud. Now, in my the news that I read or the video that I watched,
22 have left the country. 11 have returned to academic programs at SEVP certified schools.
22 of them have left the country, 11 have returned to academic programs, and 29 moved on to new OPT employers. So what that means is that, these 29 people, when they use that fictitious company, after a while, they got like actual OPT or job or offer letter, and then they now moved on to that program. And then 18 of them are still pending an immigration benefit of citizenship. So these people have applied to become citizens of the US, so they are still pending. 7 of them have obtained new valid status. 18 of them have moved on to new areas of responsibilities. 41 of them are yet to be located. So guys, that is the statistics on the people, the leads that they currently have, but 15 have been arrested so far. So that is what this first fraud case is about. So the second fraud case is the one that has to do with these international students going to work in an area or field that is totally different from their field of major, their field of study. So if, for instance, I am a cybersecurity major, when I graduate, I can only do my OPT in any field that is related to cybersecurity. Cybersecurity, that is the only field that I can work on, or IT or computer science related, because that is my field. So if for any reason, because I did not find any job, I now go and start my OPT in a company, let's say I now start doing what do I call it now? Maybe nursing. Do you understand? That is against the US law. I cannot remain in the country because that is totally me violating my OPT status. So it means I am committing fraud. So you can only work in the same field that you studied in college. So understand this, because as I'm also giving you a background, I'm also explaining to you what you can and cannot do, just so that you stay safe, and maintain your status here in the United States. So from that alone, they discovered like 1,100 people who were violating this.
And USCIS, as we speak, they're issuing about 700 letters today.
Now, 700 of those students are currently, the USCIS office or department, they are currently issuing out letters to revoke their EAD card, which is their work authorization card. So without that, you cannot work. So that means they are not going to continue working in the United States. So guys, I know that I mentioned that there were 1,100 people. That's 1,100 students that were violating, that have been found so far, right? But 400 of those people, their work status is actually going to be expiring in about a month, 2 or 3. So there's no, need to actually revoke their visas, because once your work authorization expires, you have that right to reapply. But since their work authorization is going to be expiring anytime soon, when they reapply, they can't even reapply, because they will not be extended. It will not be approved. So there was no need. All right, because when you have a work authorization, 3 months before it expires, you can reapply and it will be extended. But these 400 categories of international students cannot do that. So that is their penalty. Then the other 700 who maybe just started cannot. It has been revoked, and once they get that offer letter, they are done. They cannot continue working in the United States of America. And guys, one of the things that I think the director said in that video, I'm going to leave the link down below, so when you're done watching, you can go watch that video so that you understand more. He said he stressed on the fact that they are trying to create more jobs for Americans.
And that will open up those jobs for American workers. And that has been a very high priority for this president.
So it would be unfair to them or to the American people to have people that are not qualified taking up spaces that, Americans should be occupying. So if after they have issued that letter to 700 of those people, and those 400 people also, their work authorization expires, that would provide like 1,100 jobs to the American people. So that's the math that they are doing. Okay, so I've tried to explain the first type of fraud, and I've also explained the second type of fraud that these individuals committed, which led to the arrest of the 15 students, international students, and also the revocation of their work authorization for the 700 students that were found wanting. But one thing that is very clear that I also, noted from the video while I was watching it is that they are saying that this is not just the end. In fact, this is actually the first phase of this Operation Illusion.
And as the director said, they've just finished phase 1 of this whole effort.
Okay, so it means that they are even saying that as an international student, you should be very careful, because anything you do now can affect you, and they are going to charge you for criminal offense or fraudulent offense and anything, so you have to abide by the rules. You have to abide by whatever rule that is governing your visa status. So you should understand what visa you currently have. For instance, I'm an F1 visa. So what are the rules governing those having F1 visa? I need to abide by those rules. So that should also apply to you. Whatever visa that you currently have, please Google, find out the things that are governing those visa status and stick to them. If you need me to make a video on that, please let me know in the comment section. So guys, another area that was really very, I won't say shocking, to be honest, was them saying that they are also sort of holding the universities liable for these offenses that were committed by these international students.
There's one other element in here, and it's the schools that these individuals attended.
So what it means is that some persons are going to get fired. So yes, some persons are going to lose their jobs or lose their roles, lose their position to this, news or this article or this thing that happened.
So as part of this whole effort, we fully expect to be terminating a fair number of these school officials.
In universities, if you are an international student or there's a university here, if you have an international office, you would definitely have a DSO. A DSO is a designated school official or officer that serves as like a bridge between the students and what happens, in the US world. So they serve to be the one that places their students or former students for OPT options or anything like that. Somebody that actually guides an international student. So they are saying that for a student to have done that, the school must be aware. It means that maybe the school, even if the school is not aware, so it could be that they are not aware, which is ignorance, or willful negligence on the part of the CSO, because they are saying, you can't tell me that somebody will bring an offer letter to you and you do not actually do the job. You did not find out if this is actually a company that is existing or is just existing on paper. Where do this company, where is their physical address? What do they do? Are they really existing? So they feel that these DSOs did not actually do their job, not just to the students, but also to the United States government. So for that, they are saying that very soon, very, very, very soon.
That'll be coming down the road, but not very far down the road.
That they are going to hear from them, and most of them might actually lose their roles or their position. So guys, this is it. This is the situation. So the students are not left out. Even their job or their stay here is not left out, which means that whatever you do definitely has repercussions or consequences here in the United States as an international student. And again, now the schools are not even left out, which means that the schools will become even more strict to international students here. So all this that happens here, in a way, if you ask me, I am not surprised. I am not shocked. I'm not like, why did it happen? No, because I feel that as an international student, you should know better. You should understand that you're not supposed to do these things. I know there's a pressure of, how can I maintain my visa when I graduate? For instance, I have that pressure because I'm graduating in December. But there are ways that you can actually maintain your status without using a fictitious company or doing something that, is against the law. Because for me, on this channel, I keep telling people, maintain the law, maintain your status, don't go against the law, okay? So you can actually volunteer. So volunteering is one key way, major way that you maintain your status. But that volunteering again must be in that your line of field, because if it is not in your line of field, then you become a victim of the second fraudulent people, that the 700 people that got their work authorization revoked. So you become that, you fall into that category, and you don't want that. So volunteer, yes, but volunteer in an area that is related to your field, not just any area or anything like that. So guys, I hope that you understood everything that I said in this video. Like, I was able to break it down to your understanding, so that even if you're an international student, this is very informative. If you are an aspiring international student, this is also very informative, so that by the time you come here, you already know what to do and what not to do. And also the other thing that I wanted to point out here, guys, is that, see, when you come here, build a network, be around people that will help you, that are actually always on the news, finding out what's going on, what's happening, and they will keep you updated. Because if you don't know, you can go ahead and do things that would definitely get in the way of your stay in the United States of America. So that's it for this video. I hope this video was helpful. If it was helpful, please give this video a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe down below, and turn your notifications bell on, because that way, whenever I upload any video, you'll be the first to get notified, and you can see any content on my video. And also do well to check my other content on this channel. They are very helpful, they are very informative, they will help you, and just to stay on track. And if you have any questions regarding this video, or the links I will be adding in the description box, please let me know, and comment what you think in the description box. So that's all for today, and I'll be uploading another video. This is not my usual upload days, but I decided to upload this again because it just happened, just so you stay informed. So guys, that's all for today, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.